Am I wrong for divorcing my ex wife over kids and now refusing to be a part of her son's life? So this was originally posted back on the 1st of November in 2023. I want to preface this by saying I have no intentions of getting back with my ex, and I'm in a very happy relationship with my now fiance. And I'm sorry if this is long, I just wanted to add all the context in, and I'm not the best with words. I, 46 male, married my ex wife, 45 female, when we were 26 and 25, respectively. At that time, we were both on the fence about having kids. I knew since college that I wanted to retire early, and my dream of having financial freedom was what really made me realize that kids didn't fit into the life I wanted. I was trying to find the right time to talk with her about it, but over the next few weeks, she started dropping hints that she wanted kids. She started showing me photos of her friends' kids, commenting on our nieces and nephews, joking about her getting or being pregnant. That one freaked me out. And even bought me a book on the joys of fatherhood that she thought I'd find interesting. Please ignore Dash. Go away, Dash.
He's a needy bitch.
I sat her down and asked her if she wanted kids, and she admitted that over the years she had grown to want a family. We had a conversation about it, and I realized that neither one of us was going to change our minds. I didn't want to keep her from what she wanted in life, so I brought up divorce. She didn't really want a divorce and kept trying to get me to want kids, but I stuck to what I wanted, and we ended up separating. I obviously still loved her, but that's why I wanted to divorce. We were still young, and she could find someone to have the family she wants with. I didn't want her to resent me for forcing my life choices onto her. Even after I filed for divorce, she didn't agree with me and dragged it out as long as she could, so the divorce took almost 2 years. I dated over the years, but never really found someone that I could see myself sharing the rest of my life with until I met my now fiance 4 years ago. Apparently, my ex wife struggled with dating as well and hasn't remarried yet. She has a son, but the kid's dad isn't in the picture. She recently reached out to me and asked if we could meet to catch up. I talked with my fiance about it, and she thought it'd be a great way to clear up any bad blood between us. So I agreed to meet up with her for coffee, loving the fact that he looped his wife in, like his fiance
Oh,
in straight away.
100%.
Things seemed to be going well until she brought up her son. She asked me if I was willing to be a part of his life as a masculine influence. And I told her I was
No.
glad that she was able to have a child, but that it still wasn't something I was interested in. She tried to change my mind, saying that we could be a family again. She kept trying to convince me, and I kept trying to change the subject. I admit I got frustrated because things weren't going as I hoped they would, and I told her I was happy with my fiance and I was not interested in her. She started to insult my fiance, so I left. I thought what happened was crazy. When I agreed to meet with her, it never even occurred to me that she might want to get back together, considering how long it's been and, I'm not single. She kept messaging me, so I blocked her, and I don't plan on talking with her again. I was talking with my sister and her husband about it, and they said that while I'm totally right for rejecting her now, it was an asshole move on my part to divorce her in the first place, and now I was being an asshole again by not being part of her kid's life. They both agreed that my ex was right for wanting to work it out. They said it's my fault that her child doesn't have a father and that I could have given having kids a chance. I would have changed my mind. I just don't agree that kids are something one should compromise on. I don't see how it's possible for it to not be a bad situation for everyone involved. That breeds resentment. I don't know my ex's child at all, and I don't agree it's my responsibility to step up just because his biological dad didn't. I asked other friends and family, and they agreed with my sister. So now I'm not sure if what I did was wrong or not, and I was just wrongly justifying it to myself. Okay, first of all, what the fuck?
No, this is completely fucked. First up, your ex is crazy. She never got over you. You did the right thing by dumping her because that was a compatibility issue that was going to end up blowing up in somebody's face. She would have ended up poking holes in condoms and trying to baby trap the guy, and that's going to end up with him resenting, getting divorced anyway, and then having to pay child support for the rest of his life.
There are plenty of stories on Reddit that are exactly that.
Yep.
But couldn't even have a conversation about it because she'd already gone there.
I know some people that are exactly like that. We're related to some people that are exactly like that. You're related to them.
I am?
I'm sorry, she is exactly like this woman. If they had have separated, she would have
Oh,
done the same thing.
right.
This guy is under no obligation to do anything with that child. That is not his child. That kid's dad is just trash. It would be different if he got into a relationship with her with a kid, but she got
He has to
separated.
say for legal reasons because he did that with me.
I don't have to say shit for legal reasons. She had a kid with somebody else post you. That kid is not your problem. That is her problem. That is deadbeat dad's problem. Not your problem at all. And honestly, you need to find better family. If all of your family is trying to tell you, hey, you did the wrong thing, you should have been there for her and this kid, you shouldn't have divorced her in the first place, fuck those guys.
And where's her family? Like, you don't got a single decent dude in your entire family?
The wanting him to be a part of the kid's life is a secondary. She wants the guy back. The kid is the excuse to get him to be a bridge back into his life. And it's fucked. I could imagine this happens quite a lot across the world, but it's not your problem to deal with somebody else's mistake. You made it very clear from the get-go you didn't want kids. Your ex-wife changed her mind about it, and you then had a compatibility issue, which you resolved by saying, hey, we should separate, which is the mature and responsible thing to do when there is that large a compatibility issue. Because kids and religion are basically the two things that are going to cause the most breakup. Kids, religion, and money are going to be the things that, if you are incompatible in that thing, is going to cause the biggest issues in marriages and relationships in general.
And let's be real, the whole be together for the kids thing has never been accurate in any functional capacity.
This isn't even his sticky tape baby.
Yeah, it's like when you have someone who has kids that didn't want them, nowhere, no time in history has it ever ended well. Like, that kid always feels it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, look at Greek mythology.
Just trying to put together like a family like that, like it's fucking Build-A-Bear, is not going to be helpful, least of all for that kid. She's clearly just incredibly resentful that she made the choices that she did and that he didn't want the same things that she wanted. And like, there are so many shitty ways that this relationship could have ended, that he could have done in order to get out of it. And still, he went the most direct and respectful route. And I don't get that everyone's just brushing aside such a sheer massive incompatibility just for the sake of being like, yes, family.
Yes, from the title, I thought it was going to be they'd separated and then immediately afterwards she came to him with a kid, not 20 years later.
Well, based on this, 16. So top comment, not wrong.
Still
You
long
did the
enough.
right thing in divorcing over having very different expectations for your lives. If you divorced over you not wanting kids, I can't understand why she would think that you would want to or be willing to fill a fatherly type role with a kid she did end up having with someone else. Your sister and brother-in-law are nuts. Kids are not something to compromise on. They are a 2 yes, 1 no situation. The OP said, she used my social media posts of me with mine and my fiance's nieces and nephews as proof that I wasn't against kids. I like kids. I just don't want any of my own. She thought I'd changed my mind about kids because of the posts and said I was being a hypocrite, refusing to be in her son's life the way I was in my nieces and nephews' lives. What they're arguing is that if I hadn't divorced my ex-wife, she could have convinced me to have kids, and then her kids would have a father figure. I was the one who pushed for divorce and broke our potential family.
Oh no. I thought I would have been able to commit to you 16 years later.
That math ain't mathing.
No.
Like, just no, you should have stayed with her so she could continue to attempt to do something incredibly shitty to you over and over again.
16 years of, hey, we need kids, hey, we need kids, hey, we need kids. It would have made it to the 9 o'clock news.
Will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
Let's celebrate by adding chocolate to
Next comment, upcoming gross and sensitive alert. Turn away if you are sensitive. Hopefully there is zero chance you knocked her up because she could have turkey basted from a spent condom or something. Ew.
Sorry.
Have a lovely remarriage and treat your fiancée like she's the only love for you. That little meetup with your ex did cast a shadow in her mind. Help that shadow dissipate for good. Low contact with the others forever. Original OP. We divorced 16 years ago and her son is 11, so no possible way he could be mine. Thank you for your concern, but my fiancé is fine. No shadow was created. We're both very secure in our relationship, and she was the one who encouraged me to meet with her so she could apologize to me for how she lied and talked shit about me. I'm about 98% sure about who the kid's father is, and if I'm right, I don't really blame him. I obviously feel bad for the kid, but he was, in my books, still a kid as well. The guy, I think the father is currently about 30, I think. but he was a recent high school graduate when my ex got pregnant. Hang on. Hang the fuck on.
So he would have been 18 and she would have been
Hang on.
35 if the kid's 11?
45, now 15 years.
No, he's 11 years old. You just said the kid was 11. So that means the kid would have been, she would have been 34, the dad would have been 18-ish.
That's fucked.
That could have been her kid.
That completely changes the whole motherfucking story. Like, dude, fuck not wanting to be with her because she has kids and you don't want them. Fuck not wanting to be with her because she was lying and talking shit about you. Fuck being with her because she's a fucking predator. Like, that's no different compared to if the genders were flipped. Like, no, you fucking nasty.
Yeah. Now, considering this is on Best of Redditor updates, is there an update?
Yes.
Okay.
So the next one was 5 days later on the 6th of November. So some things have happened. My ex-wife somehow got a hold of my fiance's phone number. She contacted her yesterday and made false accusations that I cheated on her when we met up for coffee. Obviously, my fiance didn't believe her and just blocked her number. This morning, my sister showed up uninvited to my fiance's house with her kids demanding to talk. We don't live together and I was not there. My fiance originally wasn't going to let them in, but my sister sat on her porch and refused to leave. It was cold and windy and the kids didn't have coats on, and since it's not the kids' fault, she ended up giving in. She put on a show for the kids and made some coffee to prepare herself for whatever shit my sister was going to say. My sister started a whole spiel about how if she, my fiance, really cared about me and not just my money, then she would do what's best for me and leave. My sister claimed that since I'll always be connected to my ex, that I will be forever unhappy if I'm with anyone else. Apparently, if my fiance doesn't leave me, it's proof that she's only with me for my money and that it's obvious that my ex and our child, which, what the fuck, it's not my kid, would actually use the money in a godly way. My fiance laughed in my sister's face and just stared at her until she left. My fiance and I are both a little confused by what she said. I am better off financially than my fiance, but not by that much. I'm also not religious. So even if I did get back with my ex, me and my money would still not be godly in star emojis. It's godly. We know she's crazy, but again, why did she think her plan would do anything? After my sister left, my fiance called me and told me what happened. I called my sister to tell her, 1, to leave my fiance alone, and 2, that she was crazy and delusional. She defended herself by saying she knew what was best for me and was just protecting me from going through with the wedding since my fiance was obviously taking advantage of me, and that since I'm under her spell, I can't protect myself. I again told her she was crazy and delusional and told her that I never wanted to hear from her or anyone who's siding with my ex again, and to please pass that message on. Every time a family member or friend messages me about it, which has been 6 just since this morning, I ask them what their thoughts on the matter are, and if they side with my ex or my sister, I block them.